You unlock this door with the key of shenanigans. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of insecurities. A dimension of double standards. A dimension of feelings. You're moving into a land of both hypocrisy and anxiety, of accusations and irrational thought. You just crossed over into the female zone.
Huge neck tattoos are not attracting real men. So anybody that thinks this is okay, or thinks that I'm a little bit attractive, or anybody that's giving me a compliment, all of you that might be on the male side, none of you are real men, according to this guy. So I guess we both have to work on something. I gotta figure out how to hide my neck tattoo to get a real man, and all of you guys need to stop being okay with this type of thing on women so that you can also be real men. Obviously, because this guy, you know, he's probably the only real man out there, I would assume, obviously.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
You know, Queen, I gotta say this one thing. Let me get this straight. You want to use TikTok to try to use some shaming language on this one guy who points out that hideous tattoo that you have on your neck doesn't attract, as he put it, real men. He should have just said most men, not real men. And that would have been a little bit more accurate. But the point is, this girl doesn't think that he's exactly kind of wrong. I mean, let's play this out. You're a woman in your 50s, you got that ink up there, and you're still out there dating, right? So, quote-unquote, the real man, which is a man you probably want, which is somebody who's going to dedicate himself to a woman to take care of and all that, none of them are putting a ring on it. None of them are saying, hey, you know what? You and me, you're my ride or die. We're going to go the long run. No. I mean, you've made other videos of dating other men who are married. I mean, your taco is no longer a taco. Hell, it's not even roast beef. It's like a soggy tortilla at this point, with shreds of beef sprinkled around it. The point is, I know you want to make it sound that, oh, there's nothing wrong with this tattoo. It's attractive, and I'm attracting all kinds of men. Sure, let's call them not real men, but I am attracting men. Yes, you're attracting pumps and dumps. You're attracting one-nighters. You're attracting men who are not taking you seriously. And when we look at that neck tattoo, could it be possible that's part of the reason why they're not taking you seriously? Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
I was at dinner alone at a bar tonight. Well, sitting at the bar part of the restaurant, and there was only like 4 people there. And one of them was this cute old man, probably 75 at least. And as he got up to leave, he comes over and stands by me, and he says, I know this is random, but you look just like my Jenny. I said, oh, who's Jenny? He said, you look like a much younger version of her. But Jenny is my wife. She passed away in February. He actually said the exact date, February 2nd, 2025. He said, we were together for 55 years. He said, you look like a young version of her. He said, I love when things like that happen because it's like a little wink that she's sending me that she's okay. He said, my Jenny was so pretty. And he said, obviously, I think you're pretty. You just remind me so much of her. I just thought that was so precious. You could just see him beaming. I said, I really hope that someday when I die, I hope that whoever is left behind speaks as nicely about me as you do your Jenny. That I'm as loved as she was. I thought that was so sweet and so wholesome. Just made me smile.
I want that.
To my female viewers, the 2 of you, listen up. I would love all of you to spread this one around. This is the type of things that 99.9% of all you modern women who believe the womanist Kool-Aid will never have. Yeah, this gorilla said it. Because when you listen to the womanist Kool-Aid of, hey, you can do better, don't settle, you know, keep that hypergamy going. The man who's with you now, you can get a better one, just keep going. You're going to get that 6-foot Chad millionaire playboy who's going to dedicate himself only to you. That is a delusional story. That is the Disney sob story that all of you female suckers fell for. This right here, this video, she's talking about a guy who is average. That is not a superstar 75-year-old stud. No, that was just an average guy who probably married his high school sweetheart and dedicated himself his entire life. That's a type of level of love you will never have, because you could do better. Because at 7 years, you want to divorce your husband, get that divorce payout. You can be bad by yourself and you want to see what you've been missing out on. Stories like these are so rare. I can't even begin to try to make a joke about it because it's so sad. And the saddest part, it wasn't man who deleted this. It was you femme fatales. Yeah, let's see if your cats are going to meow after your passing, whether they find out that the tall, lonely cat lady is no longer around here to change out their kitty litter. Moving on.
Being single sucks balls, okay? I just want cuddles, okay? It's really aggravating that I have to go to bed every night and I don't have a bicep to lay on. I don't even give a what bicep it is at this point. I just want a bicep. I just want cuddles, and it's aggravating as pissed off. Maybe I'd be in a good mood every day if I woke up from being cuddled to sleep. I'm about to hire a man to come cuddle me every day. This is...
So last Thursday I went out on a date with this guy. I met him off the Facebook dating app, and we had went to Chili's right down the road. And you know, I live in a smaller town now. So tell me why this dude tried to have his tongue down my throat while we were sitting in the booth and I like backing up from him or whatever. And then tell me why I looked over at the bar and then I recognized somebody who I cut their hair. I mean, literally, I give up. I just deleted my Facebook dating app after that or whatever. See ya.
The firefighter just left after he completely rearranged my organs. So I'm chilling on the couch right now, sitting on an ice pack because my clam got absolutely bruised and battered during that battle of the people. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, just thought I'd update you guys because I know you guys love hearing about my oh so colorful life.
All right, fam, to that first queen that's struggling for cuddles. I mean, damn. I don't have to make this up. You're seeing it with your own eyes. This is the consequences of always going after the Chads and Tyrones, the pumps and dumps. They don't believe in cuddles. They just believe in the build-up, the climax, and I'm going to get something to eat. I'm outies. Bye. So what do you women expect when these guys decide, hey, you're made for slamming, not hugging? You know who does hug out there, ladies? Mr. Average, the average Joes, the guys who hardly get any attention. Trust me, if there's a guy out there that you know that maybe he works at a fast food or maybe he works selling hot dogs as a street vendor, he will cuddle even you. And as to the second queen who's asking, hey, you know, she was on a date and she was with this guy at a bar and he was trying to put his tongue down her throat. Why does that happen? Well, to that I gotta say, hey, you know, there are dog owners out there that love their dogs so much that they don't care what people say, that they'll French kiss their dogs. Yeah, I think that same kind of love level applies here. Now, is this girl saying that you're not attractive? Oh, no. You're definitely like one of the best 1.7s out there. Hands down. You can't get a better 1.7, but maybe, just maybe, instead of complaining about this, you should be thankful that you can find guys that desperate enough to try to do these things for you. I mean, granted, you gotta admit, there can't be an abundance of options for you out there. Or maybe this girl is wrong and there's a bunch of charity cases. And as to the third queen who's telling us tales of the clams, listen, sister, you may not believe this, but this is the type of information you really shouldn't be putting out on social media. Now, this girl understands you're trying to get views, so you're gonna put everything out there. But my question is, are the views worth any future prospects that you may have? Okay, let me change up that question. Do you believe that you're going to find a guy who's going to take you seriously in the future after they see these videos of you talking about some firefighter who came in, took off his rubber suit, and then put on a rubber, and then decided to give your clam some internal yoga stretches? I don't know about you, but this girl would say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to go in where another miner's pickaxe has been swinging away at. I'll find my own little prospect somewhere else. Moving on.
So I went on a first date last week with a guy who I met off of Facebook dating. Our vibes were pretty decent at first. Okay, no, I'm not even gonna lie. The vibes were decent, okay? Obviously, otherwise I would not have agreed to meet him and go on a date with him. But anyways, we went on a date and things were going well. At the end of the date, he was like, hey, why don't you come back to my place? And I was like, okay, date's going well, vibes are vibing. We get back to his place and let me lay out the landscape, okay? This man has a 2-bedroom house that has 3 bathrooms in it, okay? I guess 2.5 baths, okay? But 3 toilets. So we get back to his place and I decide, I'm like, hey, I need to freshen up. Let me use the restroom before we do anything else. and I can't believe I'm telling this to you. He goes, oh, okay, but I have to tell you something. Okay. He goes, I'm out of toilet paper and I meant to get some, but I don't have any. And I was like, oh, okay. And I figured just like in the bathroom that was the closest to us. No, in all of his bathrooms. All 3 of his toilets did not have any toilet paper. I am sorry, sir. What are you using? Like, I know that y'all don't use as much as us ladies do, but he does not have a bidet. Sir, what are you using? I dipped because that's gross. I am not putting any part of myself near any part of yourself that should be using toilet paper and has not. So that was my first date last week. I don't understand how you get to that point, and then how you invite somebody over knowing you have no toilet paper. Like, what?
Like, just don't invite me over, maybe? How about that? Just don't invite me over. Don't invite me over until you get toilet paper. Anyways, what's your worst first date? It's crazy enough. That's not even my worst first date, but it is my worst first date in the past week.
All right, usually this gorilla would actually side with women a lot on this. They would say, hey, the guy's probably a slob, this and that, but let's slow down here. All right, again, ladies, before you start saying, oh, gorilla, you're always defending men each and every time, and you're always trying to slam women. Hold up, slow down. Before you go that route, and my male viewers, the ones out there that love to say that this gorilla always does the same thing, can we just play this out logically for one moment? Queen, all right, let me understand this right. Your number one complaint, actually your only complaint, is that the man didn't have any toilet paper, and you did that because of that. To the untrained ear, yeah, that sounds like, oh yeah, it's a good enough reason. This is the one thing that's catching my ear. You went to the guy's house. He owns a house, a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. And you mentioned that you were impressed with that, because a lot of women love to go out with men who own their own homes. That's number one. Number two, you were in his bathrooms, and he had no toilet paper, and that's your number one complaint. Well, notice what wasn't said here, gentlemen. She didn't say that the house looked like crap. She didn't say that the house was unorganized. She didn't say that the house was falling apart. None of that. So that means that none of it was worth mentioning. So it was in good shape. She didn't say that the guy was a slob. There wasn't a mess everywhere. No. Again, worth mentioning if it was a red flag, but she didn't mention that. Goes to the bathrooms. The bathrooms probably weren't dirty, because if they were dirty, she would have mentioned that immediately. Like, ew, this is disgusting. No, she just said, I'm not going to put a part of myself with a part of you that doesn't have any toilet paper. So you're telling me that more than likely the bathrooms were clean. Everything was in order. The guy literally just didn't have toilet paper. So are the chances that the guy actually was legitimately out of toilet paper and he didn't get any? Or is it that he just doesn't use toilet paper and, I don't know, goes straight from the pot into the shower and uses soap? I'm not exactly sure, but she also didn't note that there was a bad smell about the guy's house. After playing that whole thing through, it sounds like the guy was actually being honest. Hey, listen, I just didn't pick it up. But understandable. Ladies, you can walk away because you don't want to take chances on that. 100% your choice. Queen, before you run out, you may consider this man is probably taking a choice on you. I mean, think about it. He's willing to subject his bed to your weight and probably has a jackhammer strength to power drive that through the mattress. Oh, and before my male viewers who are players would say it, yeah, it is possible the guy had women on rotation and he ran out of toilet paper. He's like, listen, the reason my house looks clean and I have no toilet paper is like the woman I had in here last night used it all up and I was between my hogging stage here. You just happen to be the piglet coming in. Well, we could say she dodged a bullet along with the sausage.
No, that's a lot of damage. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.